Hello and welcome to the Mortal Kombat Minute, the podcast where we analyze, criticize, and memorialize the 1995 film Mortal Kombat, one cartwheeling minute at a time. I'm Phil Casper from philcasper.net.
I'm Spanish from GameFixShow.com.
And we are on minute number 42, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. This minute starts with Liu Kang and the fighting monk twirling their staves. It sounded wrong. It sounded better in my mind.
I got you.
And ends with a victorious Liu Kang jumping to his feet.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, we actually left you our last minute. Pretty much Shang Tsung telling Liu Kang he will be the first pretty much to fight and then let Mortal Kombat begin, of course. And then, of course, there was a standoff between the fighting monk and him, who the fighting monk played Hakeem Alston.
Yes.
So I just throw that out there. Okay.
And Hakeem Alston playing some mind games at the beginning, but now we are knee deep in it, of them just going at one another with both their staves out and like just trading blows left and right. Like people, Hakeem is like doing like mid and high blows, trying to make mid and high blows, while Liu Kang is like blocking the entire time, parrying the entire time, and then like some quick returns from Liu Kang with him like kind of twirling behind him, like with a mid blow, trying to keep striking Hakeem, our fighting monk, as he's referred to in the casting.
This is definitely the first time that we actually get an actual challenge as far as a fight goes, because they've gone against multiple other like fighting monks that weren't, they were kind of like the lackeys, if you will, and now we actually have a Mortal Kombat fight in the ring or whatever, or in the sand, whatever you want to call it. And this is legit. There's definitely a challenge. Liu Kang, he doesn't come out unscathed. He definitely gets hit a few times. But like you can actually see that there is actual fighting happening. I know when it came to like the three warriors, they don't really know what the heck's going on. They were kind of like put into this almost against their will, but now they realize that like, this is legit. And we realize it's even more legit by the end of next minute. So I don't want to get too far ahead, but them trading blows, I would say, is probably the best fight we've seen so far in the movie.
And ranking this fight, like out of all the fights in the movie, this is actually probably like my third favorite fight. No, I would say maybe fourth favorite fight, but like because this is like Liu Kang's life is literally on the line right now.
Yes.
During this scene,
he doesn't really know that though.
I think he, out of all three of our heroes, knows what's at stake. Knows the most of what's at stake. Because he's familiar with the legends, even though he grew up and like he thought they were all fake. But then, of course, after meeting Raiden and seeing his power, like, oh my gosh, everything's actually real. So
this is a real thing. This is a real deal.
So like, imagine that terrifying realization. Like, oh crap, this is actually like Outworld is real, and we are fighting for the rest of Earth right now.
For Earth. And you have the other two heroes kind of sitting there or standing there watching, and there's not a lot of reaction coming from them, as opposed to all the other combatants or monks or whatever surrounding the ring. They're kind of just watching him, rooting for him, but at the same time a little worried, I think.
Worried, or just kind of I saw that they were like might be a little disgruntled or whatever. It's like, it's hot, it's sticky, they're outside, and they're having to like just stand out there in the sun looking alongside. But I mean, I guess I can see why, like, there's some concern there for Liu as well. But then again, they've only known Liu for like what, 4 or 5 days, like 5 days at most.
Not even. Yeah, I don't think not even that.
Not even, less than a week. So I don't know if they've like developed too much of a of a rapport with one another quite yet.
Yeah. Other than, they're the only ones from Earth. And, as far as like kind of being like that kinship, that friendship that they're kind of creating at this point.
Hmm.
Uh, and we really get a good sense of how good of a fighter Liu Kang is with the the cartwheel, as you put it in the beginning of the show. Yeah, he gives that cartwheel, and he kicks him in the face, and it's a good kick.
We have a
And
close-up shot of the boot,
down.
like just
Yeah,
imprinting on our fighting monk's cheek
right.
as it like just completely almost obliterates his face
Oh
pretty
yeah.
much, and
Oh,
it knocks him down to the ground.
he kicks him with his left foot, and you can kind of see it, and like, and it not only does it put him down, but it spins him around. Like he kind of does a little, and he kind of spins around. But after he goes down, and I'm talking about the monk.
Right.
He stands up and he has that hair flip, and
Yeah.
then you hear that lion roar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I was like because we heard a little bit of it in the previous minute, and then
Yeah.
we just hear it again, and I'm like, man, this is like I like that use of the sound effects, like
Oh yeah.
just reiterating like this guy may look human, but he may not be 100% human.
Yeah. And what does he do once he gets up from that?
He has a surge of
Yeah.
energy and kind of like he almost kind of pounces at Liu Kang in a way, and he if I remember correctly, he brings his foot down, like he's
Yep.
doing a high kick but drops his foot down, and Liu Kang's trying to block it with his own staff, but it breaks in half.
Breaks in half. So,
Yeah.
and then at that point, Liu Kang throws it to his side, and then it's just hand to hand combat at that point. But I think at this point, the combatant, the monk, I think he kind of thinks that he's probably beat, because like he had a one or two shots, but nothing like what Liu Kang had. He gives him one more kind of uh, blind
Like swipe, I guess.
swipe, yeah, if you will. Liu Kang just sidesteps pretty easily,
Yeah, pretty
uh,
handily there.
and end the fight with a like a double drop kick.
Yeah, massive drop kick straight to the
Yeah.
chest, and
It, go ahead.
oh yeah, and you know that it is a
Oh yeah.
crushing blow because you can hear the bones in the chest breaking as as Liu Kang makes contact.
It's so funny because like back then, as far as Mortal Kombat goes, the actual video game, we didn't get a lot of bone breaking sounds.
No.
We just got a lot of and ahs, and you know what I mean. We got, there's blood, of course, but nothing like bone breaking like there is today. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, the way Mortal Kombat is today, they have those X-ray attacks, and you actually hear the bones break and everything. And that really, I know it's not paying homage to today because that would be, seeing in time, but maybe the X-rays are paying homage to this. I don't know. I'm going.
Yeah, but also because they wanted to the producers and the director wanted to keep this down to a PG-13 rating.
Right.
Like
There's no blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no blood, no profuse blood. But like they had to convey pain and suffering, I guess, in some form without being too incredibly graphic. So I guess this was the compromise that they needed to come to.
Yeah. We'll just break his ribs.
Right.
And what I see, I mean, he kicks him from pretty much the top of his clavicle to I mean, like it is a solid double shot to the chest.
It is a full chest like impact there.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
mhm.
speaking of that kick, in during that shot, we get a close up of Liu Kang's shoes. I don't know if you noticed them.
Cool. Okay, this is good because you're focusing on the shoes. I'm focusing on a different part of attire.
Okay.
As
All right.
well.
Cool. Well, when it's a close up of his shoes, and it actually says the word Automix on it. Otomix.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Which is an actual popular company that makes any type of fighting footwear. In
Oh,
this case,
so it's legit. Like,
oh yeah, oh yeah. The shoes that he has on his feet, obviously the style has kind of gone a little different since the years. But that shoe on his feet today, roughly between $100 $120 for the pair.
okay, no, that's
So
good.
A little tidbit for you.
That's a good find, Spanish. Yeah, I like. I mean, I have a screenshot of it, and I do see like the part of the Automix branding
Yeah.
on there, but it, like nothing. It didn't click whenever I was researching this minute. So
Okay.
I'm glad.
What
I'm
do you
glad you came to it. Well, I just wanted to bring attention to Hakeem Alston's pants
Okay.
when he's kicked back and he's defeated, laying back on the ground. Like I just like those pants are just really really cool looking, and like for me, because I'm looking for it, they look kind of tiger stripe like, almost like an exotic tiger type pattern. So like that's just even more playing, I think, into this theme. Like this guy has some sort of tiger, he's infused with tiger blood, like, or something, I don't know, like he's going totally Charlie Sheen.
They're like MC Hammer pants. That's what I kind of.
They are really cool pants. Like
Yeah.
I want those pants almost as much as I want Shang Tsung's jacket. Yeah.
And his ability.
Yes, exactly. I have a couple more like final little notes here. The first is a little nitpick, I guess.
Okay.
That's coming all throughout the almost throughout this entire minute. I don't know if you remember in the previous minute those two hecklers in the background.
Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah, come on."
The long hair with the blonde hair. Yeah.
Yes, you see those guys again in this minute, but you see them in two different personas, in two different shots. So around second 5 of this minute, you see those guys in the background behind our fighting monk, and what, like, wearing the attire that they had the last minute, the green jacket with the guy with the long blonde hair, and then the short-haired guy with his brown jacket. And then actually at second 6, but more predominantly at seconds 19 and 21 of this minute, you see the same guys, but they're standing right next to Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. And the blonde-haired guy has his shirt no, the blonde-haired guy's in the background, more in the background, so you can't really see whether he's wearing a shirt or not. But the guy that was wearing the brown shirt actually has his shirt off.
And so they try to make it look like they were two different people.
Two different people in there.
Good catch. Catch.
Because I was looking, I was like, wait, those guys look familiar. I'm not.
Oh yeah,
really
they're totally there. I see it now. Oh, good catch. Yes.
And then another thing that I noticed was during those quick shots when the fighting monk breaks Liu's staff in half. Yeah. If you look at that line of shadow priests in the background, there's one guy, one shadow priest with his hood all the way down and his cowl all the way down in front of his face. I'm like, what is he doing? Is he taking a nap right now? What's going on?
You know what I'm hoping, and let's make this a little bit of like who's under that hood type deal. Could it be the creator? Could it be Ed Boon under that hood? I don't know.
Could it be? Maybe. I don't know.
He's not credited as far as an actor in this movie, but we'll get to
that. Yeah, fair enough. But that was pretty much it. I mean, well, one final thing that I forgot to mention last minute, when we were throwing around all these facts about Hakeem Alston, I failed to mention that Hakeem also played Jax in the Mortal Kombat Live World Tour.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So he has pretty, like, his hands, like, deep into the Mortal Kombat universe.
Sure.
Or
should we say arms?
Oh, hey, there you go. Claws.
All right. Well, that's all I have.
And that is all I have as well. And as always, thanks for making it to the end of another minute here. Once again, I'm Phil.
I'm Spanish.
And we'll see you next time on the Mortal Kombat Minute.